Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you see this video. Guys, first of all, excuse me, because you will hear my son in the background. We've actually been sitting down for a good while with the virtual school thing. But God had put something in my spirit, so I had to stop for a moment and really get on here right quick. As I was working with my son, God began to show me that, Wilmer, there's someone dealing with suicide thoughts. They're depressed, they're overwhelmed, and they have no idea what to do. And when God told me that, I stopped what I was doing to get on here to talk to you guys. Guys, depression is from the enemy, and he will do whatever he can to keep you from having the things that God has for you. But the devil is a lie. This day, we're going to get that spirit of depression out for you, because the enemy is a liar, and all he's trying to do is destroy you, so you will not walk in your destiny, so you won't walk in your purpose. The devil is a lie. You are going to come out of this. I'm going to tell you why, and I know God can bring you out. Why? Because he brought me out recently. Back in, I want to say, August 2019, I was depressed. I had a smile on my face, but I was tore up from the floor up. I'm just going to be real about it. And when the quarantine happened, God had to sit me down so he could show me me. He had to sit me down just to go over things. Well, Wilmer, the reason why you're going through this because you were disobedient. At the root of it, it was disobedience. Something I was disobedient about. I didn't listen to God about something. Or I didn't say no about something that, I was always, okay, I will do it. Okay. And I'm burning myself out. Then I was depressed because I'm like, I'm doing all this. I had all kind of thoughts going through my mind. And sometimes you just need to say no. Sometimes things might look good, and it might be a good deed to you, a good deed. But sometimes we have to learn to say no, because a lot of times we put too much on ourselves, and we didn't consult God. We didn't say, God, this is okay to do. God, I'm the person for this. We have to consult God on everything we do. Not some things. Don't do that, baby. On everything we do. Okay? So, I was depressed, and God had to expose things about myself. It didn't feel good, but guess what? I listened to God, and he began to show me. He began to show me who I was in him. He began to say, Wilma, you got to stop looking at yourself. You got to stop looking at yourself the way you see you, and look at yourself how I see you. You are a gem. You are wonderfully and beautifully made. There is so much in you that you have not tapped into. But you would never see it. Keep looking at yourself the way you do. When I began to let go, when I began to stop saying, well, woe is me, or I'm not worthy enough, God began to use me like never before. See, with this whole book thing, and with the t-shirts and different things like that, the t-shirt is a story of something I went through. The book is some things that I went through. Not now, when Kiki is back, that's not a personal story for me. And whoever's been through that, my heart goes out for you. It was basically, this is what God gave me for the ending of that book. So if you buy the book, it's a word in the book. But, so that's not my personal story. But I like what I post a lot, that I write, the stuff I've been through. But I'm putting it out either in drama, or that's how I put out my work. But back to what I was saying, there's a way to come out. Sometimes we're like, well, I deserve this, so I'm just going to deal with it. We deserve a lot of things, but because of God's grace and mercy, his mercies are new every morning. He loves us so much, he don't want to see us stuck in it, okay? Just go before God, tell him you're sorry, and get it right. I don't care how you got there. Today it's time to come out. God loves you so much that he stopped me in the middle of me working with my son to tell you he loves you, and it's time to come out. It's time to dry your eyes. It's time to stop beating yourself up. Enough is enough. That is an attack from the enemy for him to keep you. Because see, the enemy know your future. He know what God has for you, and what he has for you is great. God has so much in store for you in this season, but you got to get up. You got to start now. You got to walk in your destiny. You got to walk in your purpose. You got to stop making excuses. It's time to stop. I never in a million years thought I would be doing what I would be doing. But I had to see myself how God sees me. You might be thinking, well, when I do start, who gonna support me? Who gonna blah blah blah? Who? I don't know. But what I do know from my experience, that the people that are supporting me now are people that haven't been in my life. They just came into my life. I can count on one hand of the people that support me, that I know, personally know. But hey, it is what it is. It hurts sometimes. But at the same time, guess what? The show must go on. Must go on. People you think going to support you are not going to support you. I know it is. I'm just being real about it. But you know, God is so good that if he tell you to do something, he's going to provide the resources to bring it through. And I'm telling you that from what I know, what God's did in my life. And the more God bless me, the more I sow into other businesses. Sometimes I'm able to do more. Sometimes I'm not able to do as much as I want to, but I make sure I sow it back in somebody's business. I take a portion of it and sow it back in somebody's business, because I don't want to be the only one to get blessed in the season. I want for anybody that's willing to take a step with God and I'm able to help out. That's my heart. I've always had a heart for people. So know that you can come out. You need somebody to talk to, you need somebody to pray with. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. God uses me. Am I perfect? No. If I could tell you everything I struggle with, just my mouth by itself, but God's willing to use me, why? I don't know. I honestly don't know. And sometimes I'm like, God, really? Me? But guess what? He sees so much more in me than I see in myself. I have to remind myself, I am wonderfully and beautifully made. God has so much in store for me. I just got to take a step and trust God and his word. And if you tell me to do it, God, I got to trust you fully. Even though I see myself as jacked up, I'm willing to trust you, Lord, because you put it in my heart for a reason. And I'm going to tell you, the most rewarding thing I've had, don't cry, Wilmer, the most rewarding thing is when I get feedback of, Wilmer, I was going through this, and your story, or whatever it is, bless me. Because that's what it's all about. It's not about me. It's all about God. So I hope that it pushes you to walk in your destiny. I hope you know that God loves you. You don't have to stay where you are. I'm here if you need me. It's time to stop making excuses, because God has so much for you, okay? I love you, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.